Hello everyone, welcome back to LEGO Battlebots Season 6. Today marks the beginning of Phase 2 of 4 phases. We have a banger planned for today, at least I hope so. So, let me show you the fight card. Our first match is between Bronco and Blip. Our second match is between Lockjaw and Sub-Zero. Then we have Kronos and Smee. Then we have Hijinks and Defender. Then we have Bombshell and Tombstone, or Tombstone and Bombshell. And our main event is none other than Sawblaze and Black Dragon. Those are all of today's matches. And let's hop right into it. I hope you enjoy this episode and give a like, and maybe even if you haven't yet, subscribe. We have Blip showing off its forks, coming off of a loss against Ribot, and here's Bronco, starring those wheel guards, coming off of a win against Duck, and a quick and dominant win, in fact. Both these robots are relatively good flippers, and we will see who is the better flipper today. Ready and go. Green light goes and the match begins. Bronco getting under Blip and flipping it, but Blip stays on its upright on its head. Well, on its head would be upside down, so it stays upright. Bronco Blip now getting under Bronco, flipping it over, scoring some damage on those wheel guards. There goes one of the wheel guards. Well, actually it's still on, but it's hanging on by a thread. Bronco being flipped in the corner again. There goes the wheel guards. See, I told you it was coming off. Bronco now getting under, oh never mind, that Blip still flipped Bronco. Bronco jamming up Blip's flipper, making sure it can't flip. I like how my microphone does with P's, just the pup, pup, pup. I said that last time, but you know, why not say it again? Bronco now trying to get back in the game, but Blip just keeps dominating. Oh, Bronco now has Blip up against the wall and flips him over the wall. Blip shatters everywhere. Bronco now is 2-0 and maybe the best flipper this season, with that huge flipper and huge flipping range. Now we have Lockjaw, a veteran, taking on Sub-Zero, who I believe is a veteran as well. Lockjaw are scheduled for a redesign, but Sub-Zero is not so sure. Green light goes, Lockjaw gets ready, and Sub-Zero flips Lockjaw, but isn't able to get him over the walls. They hope to get a quick knockout here, but clearly that's not working in their favor. Sub-Zero's flipper now breaks. Lockjaw's trying to take advantage, but ends up just being pushed right back into the wall. Lockjaw needs to get itself upright in order to have a chance at beating Sub-Zero. Those upside down forks may be good, but not good enough. Lockjaw now pushing Sub-Zero into the wall. Sub-Zero flips back over with its broken flipper and pushes his Lockjaw into a wall, which flips it back over. Lockjaw now pushing Sub-Zero, drilling away at its forks, now trying to regain the control. Sub-Zero pushes Lockjaw onto a wall, and Lockjaw retaliates with a big hit that flips him sideways, and I'm not sure Sub-Zero with its broken flipper can get back over. He's trying. Oh wait, nope, Sub-Zero's still good to go. Lockjaw lands another heavy hit. Sub-Zero is now back on its back. Lockjaw pushing it closer and closer towards the edge of the arena, the knockout pits. And he pushes him out successfully. Lockjaw now gets another win. Wait. I can't tell if it was 1 win or 2 wins, but I think it's just Lockjaw's first win. Now we have Smee and Kronos. Kronos is the only ring spinner here, and Smee is a interesting design to say the least. Green light goes, and Kronos gets spun up, but Smee stops him early. Now is wrapping him around into a corner. Kronos trying to regain the lead. Smee pushing Kronos into the wall yet again. Kronos needs to get around to the... Smee makes a driving mistake, and Kronos gets around to the back and rips off a wheel. Smee now trying to crab walk into Kronos. Smee now having more parts ripped off on the sides, as Kronos looking to finish off Smee. I think Smee might be planned for a remake, but I'm not so sure. And Smee's other wheel falls off from the impact, and that will be it for Smee. Kronos will get its first win, and in a relatively impressive fashion. Kronos had a pretty good performance in my opinion, and now we have none other than Defender and Hijinks. Hijinks is coming off of a relatively close match with Endgame, and Defender is coming off of a close match with its relative Whiplash. Both bots still need to prove themselves, or at least in my eye they need to prove themselves. Hijinks using that little tail to get under Defender, trying to use that blade, but Defender gets right under Hijinks and scoops it up, lifting him up and ramming him into a wall. Hijinks is now slightly high-centered on Defender's forks. Will Hijinks be done for? No. Defender tries to be a good sport and pushes him off, but also tries to push him into the hazards, which doesn't work. Hijinks getting closer and closer to that out of the arena, but drives away. Defender now has lost 2 forks, and it's just taking more damage from Hijinks. Not from Hijinks' primary weapon, just from the bad structure of Defender. And also Lego not making as strong bricks anymore, but we'll get to that later. Or probably never be. Yeah. Anyways, Hijinks now is upside down and trying to hit Defender with that relatively big I almost said Beyblade. Defender now pushes Hijinks into a wall again. Hijinks needs to oh, and there goes Hijinks. Hijinks falls out of the arena, and Defender will take its second win and is now 2-0. Now we have a rematch of a match from real life, which is none other than Bombshell and Tombstone. If this was like, let's say, canon to real life or something, this would be their 3rd match. They already fought 2 times on BattleBots. And both bots won 1. Bombshell is doing really good of staying low, but not doing very good of having an effective weapon. Bombshell's mainly taking the hits, and as we have learned over these seasons of mine, that Bombshell needs to take advantage of the opponent and take him out, because he is not the greatest at lasting the full 3 minutes in one piece. Bombshell now pushing Tombstone round. Tombstone is escaping again and again and hitting him. There goes some parts off of Bombshell. Bombshell's starting to take damage. There goes a wheel. Bombshell is now just crab walking. Tombstone getting that blade up and ready for the final few blows. Bombshell's taking structural damage and physical damage as well from Tombstone after he takes more and more of these hits. Tombstone getting to the backside and ripping parts off of Bombshell. Bombshell seems to not be moving. He's just letting Tombstone do what he wants. Oh, Bombshell tried to push Tombstone into the wall, but with one wheel, that's not gonna cut it for you. Tombstone now drilling away at the back of Bombshell. Tombstone waiting for Bombshell to get around so he could chip away, and that is a lot of structural damage on Bombshell. All Tombstone needs is one good nick, and Bombshell and he's done for. Parts everywhere, wedge shattered, and the disc is off. Bombshell is dead. Dead. Bombshell, one of his drive pods is still in one piece, so he's starting to look like Warhawk in its real life fight against Hydra. Now we got main event time, which is none other than Black Dragon, who is coming for a win against Quantum, and a relatively dominant win. In that match, Quantum had a good start but couldn't continue. And here's Sawblaze coming off its dominant win against Glitch, which it absolutely sniped off its wheels and stopped it before it could spin up to like a maximum speed and hit it. But keep in mind, Sawblaze did lose most of its forks, so that's something to look out for. Sawblaze's forks falling off. Both bots are ready, and in 3, 2, 1, green light goes and the match begins. Black Dragon and Sawblaze both meet at the center of the box. Sawblaze getting under Black Dragon and smacking it with that hammer saw. But Sawblaze has been having problems with that hammer saw. They could slam it down, but it's hard to get it back. Like that, for example, it got locked. Its weapon got locked. Black Dragon trying to get under Sawblaze, but those forks are just too good. I just had to check if anyone else were in the call. Black Dragon now being put into a wall. Sawblaze hammering down on it. Sawblaze now looking to hit something crucial and stop Black Dragon, but Black Dragon keeps on pumping and gets a nice shot and flips Sawblaze over. Black Dragon is using its wedge mode, I will point out, which kind of doesn't make sense because you would think that it would use its forks mode. But I see that, like the Tantrum versus Sawblaze match, they use their wedge to cover as much ground as possible instead of those long forks on Sawblaze getting to your weak spots. Black Dragon is starting to regain the lead as it drills away at those forks on Sawblaze, bending it and breaking some of them. But Sawblaze flips Black Dragon over, and Sawblaze gets another nice shot on Black Dragon, starting to try and rip away at that wedge as it starts to, chip away at it. Starts to slightly bend it and, break. It's starting to chip away at the wedge. The wedge is starting to break. Black Dragon's now stuck on Sawblaze forks, and Sawblaze forks break under the force of the hammer saw. Sawblaze is now down to one fork, and Black Dragon's upside down, so Sawblaze is lucky right now. Sawblaze continuing to hammer saw, but the hammer saw is looking stuck. I think he's putting a lot of force on it, trying to get it back up and forcing it down. That could shatter motors, I will point out. Trying to get a motor to do something it can't. Sawblaze now has 0 forks, and Black Dragon's high centered. Sawblaze hammering away and forces that hammer saw down, but I think it's broken. Yeah, Sawblaze's hammer saw has fallen off, and Black Dragon gets back over, but ends up being pushed into a wall, and he's stuck. Black Dragon almost had the chance to regain its lead. Sawblaze wins, but barely. And I will remind you, that match was 2 minutes and 59 seconds. And see you next time.